Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Ubisoft just can't seem to catch a break. I'm sure most of you out there have heard of Occam's razor being the principle that the simplest explanation is usually the best one. Well, the one that I'm going to use in this situation, the one I go back and forth with during this discussion, is Hanlon's razor, which is never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity. And honestly, looking at the development cycle, the marketing cycle of Assassin's Creed Shadows, I would either they're astronomically malicious or they are astronomically stupid. I know which one I've picked. Ever since day one that Assassin's Creed Shadows has been advertised, there's been one controversy after another, beginning with whether or not Yasuke should be qualified to be the protagonist in a game taking place in feudal Japan. Now, if you argue that a black man who is a real life figure in history, you argue that he should not be in this game, well, you're obviously racist, even though you simply want historical accuracy. And having a Japanese male as the main protagonist in feudal Japan, I don't know if that makes me racist. Well, is what it is. Ubisoft coming out over and over again to apologize and talk about flip-flopping from whether historical accuracy or entertainment and back and forth over and over again. Your idea, your decision, or your conclusion as to whether or not Yasuke should be appropriate for Assassin's Creed Shadows, that's up to you. And vote with your wallet. Follow that up with the idea, the accusations of stealing Roronoa Zoro's sword design from One Piece. My goodness, it's almost like, it makes you wonder if they have any creativity, any imagination over at Ubisoft. More controversy with the little toy figure. Now, not really sure if it's Ubisoft or the manufacturer of the model. The Torii Gate. Oops. Little historical value there. Follow that up. Or, in no consequential order. Real life reenactment group's flag. Somebody jumped online and said that looks cool and used the flag of a modern day reenactment group. Oops, it's like one thing after another. Historical inaccuracies, comparing the architecture in Assassin's Creed Shadows to, Chinese architecture. Again, it makes you wonder just how much actual imagination or creativity or intelligence enough to do some research on feudal Japan architecture. Where else do we go from there? The announcement that the two main characters will have, no restrictions on romance options, which leads people to wonder, are they making Yasuke a black man, bisexual, homosexual? A lot of people are going to have some issues with that. A lot of people took some issues with that. Again, you make your own decision on whether you like it or not. But with the open relationship, this little leak, not sure if it's true or not. It's been confirmed one way or another. Not sure, but makes you wonder what they're trying to tell you about the interesting little skins that they're going to put in this game. Well, as of recently, if you've been following this game in any way, shape, or form, it was supposed to come out in November. At the time, a couple of weeks, I believe it was beginning of October, they had to come out and announce that the game would be postponed until November. Oh, no, from November to February. Well, as of a few days ago, that lovely little date has been switched to March 20th. Now, some interesting dates there. Changing one day to one day of the week that I'll get into in a moment. But this little snippet right here, Domino's Pizza decided to share it. When you're getting dunked on by Domino's, call if you need help delivering on time. And I believe the Assassin's Creed account responded to their tweet saying, let's plan a pizza party. Well, at least you can make fun of yourself. Now, concerning this date of March 20th, a couple of anniversaries are coming up. one of which, we'll get into that in a moment, and you decide whether it's stupidity or malicious. I posted on Twitter. I was going into a discussion back and forth because me, personally, I do genuinely believe it is absolute incompetence on the part of Ubisoft. They've proven it over and over again, trying to get away with stealing a sword design from a beloved anime, using the reenactment banner of a modern-day organization, and thinking they could get away with it. No, it's more likely they just found it, said that looks cool, and popped it on there. Now, as far as the 3 release dates as of late, November 12th, the original release date for Assassin's Creed Shadow, was on a Tuesday. And you have to figure these developers, they've learned, they've done the digging, they've done the research to find out what day of the week is best to release a video game. I've seen multiple releases come out on a Tuesday. I've seen early releases come out on Thursday, so I'm not sure myself. But you figure the marketing department in these studios, they're going to do their digging. So the original was on a Tuesday. Well, they changed it to February 14th, which lands that on a Friday. Not terrible when you want to get ready for that weekend. Well, this year, the new release date of March 20th is on a Thursday. Now, this argument right here, I do believe you can attribute to Malice. Now, why would it be malicious to release it on March 20th? Well, roughly 30 years ago, there was a little incident that happened in Japan concerning a sarin gas attack. This March 20th, 2025 is the 30th anniversary. You can look it up for yourself. However, and a lot of people are attributing this date to the release date. Some are saying Malice. I say stupidity. I say that they didn't do enough digging. I further believe that. I more concretely believe that because when I looked up March 20th in Japan, the first thing that came up was the vernal equinox day. Public holiday in Japan that occurs on the date of the northern equinox, northward equinox in Japan, standard time, etc., etc. And this year, 2025, falls on March 20th. There is a stronger possibility outside of Malice, because I don't think they're that smart at Ubisoft Studios, that they looked up what's a good day in March, because they have been bending the knee, apologizing over and over and over, kissing Japan's ass because they want that money. They are so desperate to get as much money, and of course, rightly they should. Again, why I attribute it to stupidity over Malice, but yet over and over and over. Another leak came out with information on the DLC. The first I saw of that was it's going to contain 10 hours of gameplay, and Ubisoft's probably going to try and sell it for $50. I do not see this game, especially with multiple delays, and delays do cost money, ladies and gentlemen, regardless of whether or not you do further developing on it or you just let the game sit there because you're still advertising and paying for it. It's sitting there, not doing anything. So for an extra entire month, the game will sit stagnant. CEO claims the game is receiving increasingly positive reaction. I just went through one article after another, after another, after another. Now, it may not be the grand majority of gamers that are going to see those articles. I'm sure Assassin's Creed Shadows will make a good bit of money. But the idea that it will make the same amount of money as other entries in the franchise, I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to wait and see. The idea, the leak, this poor DLC, details for Assassin's Creed, how much further, feels the fear of being hunted. Here we go. As captured by Tech4 Gamers, the game's first DLC is titled Claws of Awajai. Help me out with that pronouncing, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for making it this far, by the way. Will release later in 2025. Feel the fear of being hunted and under threat on a mysterious island. Reclaim the lost treasure while avoiding the traps and ambushes of deadly new foes. Master the bow, a new type of weapon. A stick. It's going to be a stick. Unlock new skills, gears, and abilities, and get over 10 hours of additional content that they're probably going to charge $50 for, because Ubisoft has a disgusting predatory monetization scheme. far as I'm concerned. One controversy after another. But what do you think? Is this Malice, in the case of this sarin attack, 30-year anniversary this year? Or is it just unfortunate that they decided to pick, perhaps, even if they did look up the date at all, the vernal equinox attack? I still find it odd that we have different days of release. You would think they would stick, if they started with a Tuesday, they would have stuck to a Tuesday with each one, but they didn't. So it leads to the question, was it Malice? Was it stupidity? I can definitely see both sides of that argument. But let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things that YouTube is begging to do. And may the good guys and the bad guys always get exactly what they deserve. I don't know if I'm going to finish with that one. Should I? I do want the good guys and the bad guys to always get exactly what they deserve. Have a good one. Hope to see you on the next one.